Ever since the first reports of Daesh atrocities emerged, I have frequently raised the unending suffering and plight of Yazidis and Christians in northern Iraq. A few months ago, I was able to go and see for myself the situation, and I met with survivors, including the Baba Sheikh, the spiritual leader of the Yazidis, and with Christians who had fled Mosul as ISIS attacked. Again and again, through questions and interventions in Parliament, I've specifically called upon Her Majesty's Government to name the atrocities for what they are, genocide, the crime above all crimes, and to act to prevent, to suppress, and to punish that crime. Name and act. These are the two crucial steps which need to be taken to deliver justice for the victims and survivors, justice that continues to be delayed. And as William Ewart Gladstone famously once said, justice delayed is justice denied. Disgracefully, even in a country like the United Kingdom, which celebrates the rule of law, justice continues to be denied here too. One of the reasons for this is that, as it stands, our government does not have any formal mechanism which allows for the consideration and recognition of mass atrocities that meet the threshold of genocide as defined by Article 2 of the 1948 Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide, the Genocide Convention. As a result, our government are at a disadvantage when trying to fulfill their duties to protect, prevent, and punish. Perhaps it's a disadvantage which suits some. The lack of a formal mechanism, whether grounded in law or policy, was criticised by the House of Commons Foreign Affairs Select Committee in its December 2017 report. However, until this day, there has been no change. And that is why I introduced the Genocide Determination Bill in the House of Lords. It seeks to address the lack of a formal mechanism to make the determination of genocide. It would invest the High Court of England and Wales, not politicians, with the power to make a preliminary finding in cases of alleged genocide, and subsequently to refer such findings to the International Criminal Court or a special tribunal, which wouldn't necessarily be dependent on the Security Council. The proposal responds to the argument of the UK government that the determination of genocide should be made by a competent court. So in the bill, the competent court is the High Court, not an international court. And the bill also recognises that under the Genocide Convention, it is the duty of the state, not international institutions, to act. Her Majesty's government will argue that the genocide determination is not crucial, but that actions to address mass atrocities are. But actions and words are strongly connected. Gregory H. Stanton, research professor in genocide studies and prevention at George Mason University, said that research reveals, and these are his words, choice of the term to be used is determined by willingness to take action to stop the killing. When the terms ethnic cleansing or crimes against humanity were used, it indicated unwillingness to take forceful action to stop the crimes. So, when we hesitate to name genocide for what it is, it has lethal and horrific consequences, and it makes a mockery of the oft-repeated mantra about preventing these things from ever happening again. The government's reliance on international judicial systems is flawed, because parties to the Genocide Convention are duty bearers under the Genocide Convention, not the international judicial systems. Parties to the Genocide Convention, such as the UK, must act to ensure that the determination is made by a competent body in accordance with the law and policy of the state, to inform its response and to act to prevent and punish the crime. In 2017, through Resolution 2379, the United Kingdom successfully persuaded the Security Council to collect evidence of these appalling crimes and of mass graves. And the Foreign and Commonwealth Office deserves credit for that. But the Security Council has failed to establish a mechanism to create ad hoc tribunals to try those responsible. We should now work with our allies, if necessary outside of the Security Council, to create such a mechanism. What is the point of collecting evidence if we don't then do anything about it. The alternative, of course, is to allow mass murderers to grow old unpunished. 6 years after the attack on Sinjar and other regions of Iraq, it is time for the government to reconsider their long-standing policy on genocide determination and to look at new approaches to ensure that they are fully equipped to fulfill their obligations under the Convention to prevent and punish the crime of genocide. And then by doing that, they would fill this gaping lacuna. I hope that today's colloquialism will contribute to bringing an end to this endless cycle of crime after crime, genocide after genocide. I hope that the colloquialism will help to bridge that gap.